Hi, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Riaz Ahmed. In this lecture, I will analyze some of the important textual lines of Charles Dickens' Hard Times. But before going to the textual lines, what I would like to share a few words with you people as far what this novel is about. So, Hard Times first published in 1854. This very novel is what Charles Dickens' a passionate love, a passionate concern for the weak and oppressed. This very novel is about manufacturing town, Coketown of England. As for the life was, the factory life was harsh and monotonous, and this is what Charles Dickens in this very novel shows. The result is what the greed and materialism, and but also this what a utilitarian philosophy, which is more concerned with facts and statistics rather than what human feelings and emotion. So, as for this very novel is what Charles Dickens superbly depicting the harsh life of Coketown. Dear student, is for this in my hand is what the text of Charles Dickens' Hard Times. As for what I would like to go to the context or the background of this very novel, is for Charles Dickens what seems to have first thought of writing a novel about about industrial condition of England, about the education of England in latter part of 1853. Basically, that time the cotton workers of Preston, this was a city of England, and this was the cotton workers were at strike in this very city of Preston. So this was is for Charles Dickens travel to this very city to find material for his new book, for his new work. What he saw there, what he came with the impression, this what is for the condition of the city was ugly, dreary, and this what there was no such this what is for difficulty for Charles Dickens in conceiving is for the town of Coketown. So, my dear student, is for this what it is. The context or this what the background of this very novel is for what Charles Dickens thought of. So, this what is for this novel is this what I go further. This what is for the major themes of this very novel is as well later on when I will analyze the textual lines of this very novel, keeping in view all those major themes. So, this what it is what important to mention some of the major themes of this very novel. As for what is in my mind, this what the first one is this what fancy and facts. As for this what very novel is about facts and fancy. The second one is it is what all about greed and materialism. The third one is it's what a criticism on utilitarian philosophy and education system of England, of 19th century England. So, the third one, the criticism on utilitarian philosophy and education system of 19th century England. The fourth one, it may be this what it is, the mechanization of human beings, So, as for these four major themes are what is in my mind, and you may find what some other themes of this very novel. So, dear viewers, Charles Dickens' Hard Time is a compelling story written with all of Dickens' command of humor, satire, and witty. This which is for description. So, Charles Dickens' Hard Time is all about weak and exploited, all about oppressors and exploiters. One of the most important differences between a good and a great book is, one of the differences is the great and the good books what they entertain us, no doubt. Great and good books entertain us. But what I would like to go further is for the great books not only entertain us, but what the great books make us feel, make us think about the serious aspects of life. So as for great books are, they not only make us feel, make us think, but even great books make us uncomfortable. What about uncomfortable? About what? About some serious aspects of life, about some serious issues of life. And this is what we do find in Charles Dickens' Hard Times. What we do realize is for this what all those weak, all those exploited, all those poor people, all those workers, all those people working with hands. So this is what it is, what we find a number of vital issues in Charles Dickens' Hard Times. Again, this is what the major issue in this very this what Charles Dickens' Hard Times is. What it is, it contains this what seriousness, this what a purpose of seriousness, Charles Dickens' real concern for the welfare of poor people, and this what it is. What I would remind you people is for what Thomas Hardy, when once he said, "What are my books but one long plea against man's inhumanity to man?" And this is what all justify Charles Dickens' plea is for man inhumanity to man. And this is what all about Charles Dickens' Hard Times. Now, this is what I go further, and is for the major issue is in this very novel is the clash between facts and fancy. And what I would like to put in another way is for what Charles Dickens emphasizes, what he focuses, a healthy imaginative life with the proper balance of work and play. It's what a clash between facts and fancy, but what Charles Dickens focuses, what he emphasizes is for a healthy this what imaginative life and with the proper balance of work and play. So is for what Dickens believed that what is this what a balanced life is, what a proper life is. If there is a balance between work and play, a balance between facts and fancy, and it's so important, it's so essential is for what we need fancy, what we need imaginative life, and why it is important, why it is needed if we want to, and if we would learn to sympathize and empathize with others. So dear viewers, in his periodical journal, this what is for, the name is Household Words, what he just writes, what his belief is about fancy, about imagination, and what he says, this what it is, this what the textual lines are. That a nation without fancy, without some romance, never did, never can, never will hold a great place under the sun. So what it is needed, what it is important, the value of fancy, of imagination, and what we do learn from imagination and from fancy, to sympathize, to empathize with poor people, with oppressed people, with exploited people. So this is what it's all about. So is for is what a comparison, a contrast between what is materialistic life and what is this what the life what full of facts, of statistics, and what this is life is, life of imagination, life of fancy. And as for dear viewers, it's all what a criticism on utilitarian philosophy of 19th century England. Is for this utilitarian philosophy was expounded by Jeremy Bentham, and is for what we do find Charles Dickens' criticism on this very philosophy, and what particularly Charles Dickens disliked this very philosophy is this what excessive concern with facts and statistics, and a very little concern what with facts, what with imagination, with fancy. So as far in this very novel, this what the harsh life the harsh lives of the workers, and as for what the heartlessness of the employers. So as for in this very story, as I told you, it's what a criticism on industrial condition of England. As for it is also about what the criticism on the education system of that period of England, and what this what is for the damaging effect of the teacher and the industrialists, as for what they are linked together. They are linked together, and what the picture is shown to us is for the damaging effect of the demagogy of the teacher, is for what the factory produced schoolmasters, school teachers, and what we do find this is for the damaging effect of industrialist, just like what bounded by the capitalist employer. So as for in this very novel, this what all I have, this what I will analyze the textual lines, keeping in view this what the major themes of the novel, and as for what keeping in view is what is for the exploiter and the exploited and the weak and oppressed, and inshallah I will come to the textual lines in next lecture. Thank you very much.